On July 19, 2018, 31 tourists boarded what they believed would be a fun sightseeing tour. Less than 1 hour later, 17 of them would be dead. How could a vehicle celebrated for its versatility become a death trap in under 60 seconds? This is the tragic story of the duck boat disaster. What is a duck boat? At first glance, a duck boat looks like an ordinary bus, but it isn't. It can drive on roads, and without stopping, it can enter a lake and continue floating like a boat. This strange vehicle is known as the duck boat. Thousands of tourists ride them every year because they offer something unique, a journey on land and water in a single trip. But these vehicles weren't built for tourism. They were built for war. The invention of the duck boat. Let's travel back to World War II. In 1941, the United States military faced a serious problem. During amphibious invasions, soldiers had to unload supplies from ships and transport them onto beaches. The process was slow, dangerous, and many soldiers lost their lives before even reaching land. The military needed one vehicle that could travel on roads, cross rivers, and drive directly onto beaches without stopping. General Motors developed the answer. The vehicle was officially called the DUKW. Most people think duck was chosen because it floats like a duck, but that's only part of the story. DUKW was actually a military code. The letter D represented the design year, 1941. U stood for Utility Amphibious Vehicle. K represented all-wheel drive. W represented dual rear axles. The nickname Duck simply sounded easier, and it perfectly matched what the vehicle could do. During World War II, over 21,000 duck boats were built. They played an important role in many famous battles, including D-Day, where thousands of soldiers landed on the beaches of Normandy. After the war ended in 1945, the military no longer needed thousands of amphibious vehicles. Many were sold as surplus. Nobody imagined that these war machines would one day become tourist attractions. In 1946, a war veteran named Frank Schumacher purchased one of these old duck boats. Instead of using it for combat, he restored it, painted it, and started giving sightseeing tours along the Wisconsin River in Wisconsin Dells. People loved it. The excitement of driving into the water without changing vehicles became a huge attraction. Soon, other companies copied the idea. Duck boat tours spread across America. One of the biggest companies was Ride the Ducks. The company expanded to many cities. Most of their vehicles were old World War II duck boats. Many had even been stretched to carry more passengers. These modified vehicles became known as stretch ducks. More seats, more passengers, more profit. But with those changes, new safety concerns also appeared. Lengthening the hull reduced stability in rough water. July 19, 2018, Branson, Missouri. A warm summer evening. 31 tourists climbed aboard duck boat number 7. 2 crew members were on board, a driver and a captain. The tour normally started on land before entering Table Rock Lake, but something unusual happened that evening. Weather forecasts showed a powerful storm approaching. The National Weather Service had issued a severe thunderstorm warning before the boat even entered the lake. Instead of canceling the tour, the company changed the route. Their plan was simple: go onto the lake first, finish the water section quickly, return before the storm arrived. It sounded like a reasonable decision, but it would prove to be fatal. Around 6:30 p.m., duck boat number 7 entered the lake. The water was calm. There was almost no wind. Passengers noticed dark clouds in the distance. Some became nervous. The driver reassured everyone. He told them, "If the weather were dangerous, we wouldn't be going onto the lake." The captain gave a short safety briefing. He pointed toward the life jackets stored overhead. Then he told passengers something that would later become one of the biggest criticisms of the company. "You won't need them." The plastic curtains around the boat were lowered to keep rain and spray out. Everything appeared normal. For several minutes, the tour continued peacefully. Then, everything changed. Without warning, a violent windstorm slammed into Table Rock Lake. Within seconds, the calm water turned into massive waves. This wasn't an ordinary thunderstorm. Meteorologists later identified it as a powerful downburst, a wall of extremely strong wind racing across the lake. The captain immediately turned the boat toward shore. Another duck boat nearby managed to reach safety. Duck boat number 7 could not. As waves crashed against the vehicle, water poured inside, the boat began to lean. Passengers screamed. Seconds later, the duck boat disappeared beneath the water. Most passengers weren't wearing life jackets. Many tried grabbing them from overhead racks. Some became tangled together. Others couldn't reach them in time. The plastic canopy and curtains trapped people inside. The canopy was not designed to be easily opened from inside and collapsed under water pressure, pinning passengers. The captain escaped through the front windshield. Many passengers couldn't. Some found openings. Others became trapped underwater. Rescuers from a nearby paddle wheel boat rushed into the storm. They threw ropes. Some even jumped into the water despite the dangerous conditions. But it was too late. 17 people died. Among them, 9 members of the Coleman family from Indiana. The National Transportation Safety Board investigated the disaster. Their findings were devastating. The storm had been predicted. The company knew dangerous weather was approaching. Instead of canceling the tour, they tried to beat the storm. Investigators also criticized the design of duck boats. Originally built for war, they were never designed for modern passenger safety. The canopy made escape difficult. The boats sank extremely quickly. Investigators also discovered this wasn't the first warning. In 1999, another amphibious tour vehicle accident on Lake Hamilton, Arkansas, killed 13 people. After that tragedy, officials recommended removing the canopies. Those recommendations were never fully implemented. Nearly 20 years later, history repeated itself. Ride the Ducks ceased operations in 2019. Just 1 year after the Branson disaster, the once famous company disappeared. Other duck boat companies still operate today, but safety rules have improved significantly. Weather monitoring, emergency planning, and passenger safety are now taken far more seriously. The duck boat disaster wasn't caused by a single mistake. It was the result of many small decisions, each one increasing the risk, ignoring weather warnings, underestimating nature, failing to improve safety after previous accidents. Technology can warn us about danger, but only people can decide whether to listen. On July 19, 2018, that decision cost 17 innocent lives, and it remains one of the deadliest tourist boat disasters in modern American history.